Hey guys, Goat Mom here. We are at the San Carlos Hotel in Phoenix, Arizona. A very haunted place. Night Cove the Fox and I came here for Halloween night. I had some particularly extreme happenings happen overnight as well as before we went to bed. We're gonna insert some of that footage here for you guys. But I just wanted to let you know that you will be going back and seeing a lot of the tour that we went on, which was also an accident. We came here just to stay because we've stayed here before, but we've had a lot of incidences in the past. Walking down the hallways, we were poked in the butt. We took a voice recorder last time we came, and we got people saying stuff like, hide, and I forget what the other thing they said was. What was the other thing they said? Oh, she knows. So they were saying she knows and hide. And we saw children in the hallways. We definitely felt a lady walking around the hallways. The story, one of the main stories here is that a lady came from LA. I think she was a wannabe actress, and she came here to meet up with her love, who was a bellboy, a bellhop, at one of the local hotels close by. On her journey here, he had already decided to call it off. They were getting married, and he had sent a telegram or something. So by the time she got here, she received the telegram that said, no dice, I'm calling it quits. Well, between the stress of the traveling here, and she was sick and she had trouble breathing, and it was just a bad situation for her. Her broken heart sent her over the edge. So at about 2:45 in the morning, she went up to the roof and jumped off. So we're going to show you some footage of that. Very trippy, the things you see and feel in this hotel. Very cool. It's none of it's very scary at all. It's actually a very warm feeling. A lot of actors came here, Marilyn Monroe, Mae West, so many others, and we got some footage of the tour, so you'll see some of their favorite rooms. There's a hot spot with the EMF reader by the pool that just lights up. And in fact, there's a spot in here around this table, which I don't know if you can see, but when we got here yesterday, it was very consistent. And today, not so much. So whoever it is gone. Oh no, here we go. I don't know if you're catching that, because now the camera's very dark, but let me see if I can get it. There. I don't know if you can get that reading on camera. But it just feels like somebody sitting in these chairs, and it's been a hell of a day. Really, really cool. I'm going to show you these chairs from farther away. In fact, I'm going to open it up in here a little bit now. And when you first come in, you see this. Also, oh, hello. Can you do that again? We've checked for electronics in the room. We're not near any. We've tried to make sure we have nothing in the room that could possibly set it off. We've gone around. Even the TV is a green. I'm gonna move the remote. Here we go. Hello? Oh, you're back. I'm gonna set it down so you know I'm not touching it. That's the craziest thing. I don't know why I can't get this to clear up. It's a constant blur over this, which is very weird in itself. It will not clear up. Oh, look, it wants to focus on the chair. Cool. cool. But last night, in the middle of the night, a little after 2 o'clock, that smoke detector went "Argh!" And then about 3:20, the same thing. "Argh!" And then a little after 4 o'clock. "Argh!" And then nothing the rest of the night. Just grabbing my phone because something really trippy just happened. It's just a little after 2 o'clock. I don't know if you can see the clock. Anyway, and the freaking smoke detector up there, I'm actually crying because it freaked me out. It's one of those really loud ones that goes "Grr!" Well, it just did that like all by itself right as we were shutting off all the lights to go to sleep. So I'm really freaking out right now. So I'm awake and I'm staying awake for a bit because that was fucking hella scary. But after the first time it did it a little after 2, we also heard banging and clanking on the wall behind our headboard. And Night Cove is staying back there, so I texted and went in there both because I wasn't getting a response and they were sound asleep. Clearly not the ones making that noise. But I didn't think too much of it because it's an old hotel, so I'm trying to be skeptical. And then clear as a bell, I'll see if I can duplicate the sound I heard last night. There's these old water pipes, right, that run, because this is a 1920s hotel. And they don't have the heaters on, obviously, because we're in Arizona. But when they do, they look like this. Take my hotel card, and that's what I heard. Something just like that. It was very intense, very exact. But I heard that shortly after the wall noises, which was shortly after the smoke detector. And then after that, it was pretty quiet, like I said, until after 3. And then 3 something, we heard the grr again. And then again after 4. So I just want to show you guys the really old fixtures. These are all from the 1920s still. Here's the old fixture that ran the cold water from the well. Let's see if you can get that. It's really weird lighting in here, so I'm sorry if you can't get that very well. But the fixtures themselves, classically old, really cool. The bathtub is like solid, and the tile is very freaking American Horror Story or Ratchet. Like, look at this tile. It's a trip, right? Just the old plumbing gives you trippy vibes. And there's mirrors everywhere, which really sucks when you're already having an interesting evening. But yeah, so those are some of the things that happened to me. I'm going to insert a whole bunch of other footage from the tour. I'm going to show you where she jumped, stuff like that. But yeah, lots of EMF readings in this building. So if you're a ghosty enthusiast, get yourself one of these bad boys and come to the San Carlos, because they are not shy here.
Anthony, Mrs. Josie, the other guy running around here, he's Daniel, so you'll see him in a little while. But I've been here at the hotel for just a little over 2 years, and in that time they have kind of somehow made me the resident expert on all the history and the stories and things like that for the San Carlos. So as I go along, I'm telling my stories. I know I can get long-winded, so and especially with a group like this, if you miss something and you need me to repeat it or you have questions, just stop me and ask. I'm more than happy to go back and clarify anything like that. I see you've got your cameras out to take all the videos and the photos that you want, and we'll have some fun. So, to start off with, the hotel was, the property that the hotel sits on, back when Phoenix was just a little, just a little dusty town, a spot on the map. The original Phoenix School was built here on this site. They constructed that in 1874.
I feel like we spit out down here when we were doing our
The laundry facilities.
Watch your head.
That's incredibly spooky.
Celery dryer.
Mm-hmm.
I said, did you make that noise? She said, no.
Oh, yeah.
Right after I first started here, has everybody seen the picture of the 3 creepy kids over here now?
No.
All right. So yes, and right over here, and on the back side of the elevators is the employee staircase that we used to come down to the basement here. Oh. Which is all fine and well. Except you never know when you start a new job, they always like to pull something on the new guy. You know, let's see what we can get away with, kind of deal. So I started, I've maybe been here a day and a half, 2 days tops. And they said, they needed me to come down and grab something from housekeeping.
Oh, good Lord.
Pillows or something like that. So here I come, just not thinking anything of it. I walk down those stairs, and the first thing I do is around the corner, I'm greeted by those 3. And it probably took me a good 6 months before I could walk by that picture without going like that, So those are the children of the original owners of the hotel. And so keep that in mind if when we get up to the roof and thinking about that when Miss Jensen walked by the family living up there, had the 3 little ones living there at the time. Okay, so as you can see, first off, this basement goes on forever. Secondly, there are pipes that go everywhere, which right now, if they started rattling or anything like that, wouldn't be any big deal. The restaurants are open. Again, come down here at 3 or 4 in the morning when there's no reason for them to be rattling, and you can hear them moving and making all kinds of noise. The hotel was built with radiant heat for a heating system with a boiler, and we still use it. So in the wintertime, when we have to start the boiler, or at least up until this year, because we got a brand new one. So hopefully it's much more user friendly, because last year the old one that we had, you had to flip a switch behind the desk and then you had to run down here, go back to the boiler, push the reset button so the flame, the pilot light would kick on. It was just a mess. But part of it is over there on the where it says no cakes. Really, we need to send people back to remedial reading. But no kegs over there. And there's a valve over there that we used to have to bleed after the system had ran for about an hour. And you come down here and open that valve up, and it would just fill the whole basement up with smoke, or with steam, not smoke.
Wow.
With the steam releasing off of that. So that was always kind of fun, when you're doing that, I see, call out, is anybody else here but down here with me, or anything like that. Never got an answer, but people say that they have heard, the sounds of footsteps, kids running up and down the hallway, because the well that they dug for the school, which is back over there in the corner, the legend has it that there was some kids that were, when it was a school, they had fallen in the well somehow and they drowned. So a lot of people have heard the sound of the kids' footsteps running up and down the hallway down here, and the sound of a ball bouncing. That I have not yet heard, but I imagine I will at one point or another.
One day.
Yes. What I was starting to say was, when the hotel was built, they tied into the well that's over here, and that was what provided the hotel's water supply. They also tied that in then with the compressor, and that's how they had the air cooled in the rooms.
Like,
Yeah.
there's some pump, like if the water flooded, you just pump it out. So, right. But not if you have.
All right, from this point, we'll work our way back to the elevators, and then we'll start our trip up to the top. Somewhere over here on this side, she was. I imagine.
She had like a lung issue. She couldn't breathe. So she was also like having this weird underlying condition that doctors couldn't figure out, and her boyfriend dumped her. So she was like, I'm over it. I don't feel well. My love left me. We're just going out with it.
Oh wow, look at this.
Yeah, the EMF goes crazy by the windows.
That's very squishy.
Yeah, it's not the electrical.
I was about to make sure it wasn't the electrical. There's just a lot of movement up here. This one's dead. They've got their favorite windows for sure.
God, that feels weird. Oh, doesn't it? I don't know what you're melting.
I'm gonna go through the floor.
Yeah, right.
That's something. It just
Yeah, it's spray foam. Yeah, I got it.
Don't worry about it.